Hello there, this is Madeleine. In this video, I'm gonna tell you about how I manifested my specific person. Many years ago, I decided that I was gonna manifest a relationship, a love relationship. First, I didn't have a specific person in mind, but I started meditating every morning and every night and visualized the relationship I wanted. I had decided that I just wanted a nice and kind guy. I felt the happiness that I would feel having this boyfriend. 2 weeks after I started meditating, I decided to sign up for a guitar course. I got a catalog with the different courses, and there were 2 guitar courses for beginners. There were no pictures of the teachers, but I was drawn to one of the teachers' names. 2 weeks after this, the course started. When I saw the teacher the first time, I thought, he looks funny. I just thought he looked funny. I wasn't the least interested in him. I wasn't even thinking about the boyfriend I was manifesting at that time when I saw him. I was a very social person, and I wanted to learn as much as possible about music, so I stayed after class and talked to him. He was very nice and friendly. We walked together to the subway. This happened after most classes. During the second class, I got interested in him. I didn't really know why, because he wasn't the typical type I was drawn to. But for some reason, I got interested in him. So I decided that he was going to be my boyfriend, period. I decided that it was going to happen without me taking any action to make it happen, to make him interested in me, or to show him my interest in him. I was going to create it by establishing, by going into the right state of mind and feelings within me, to build up the energy of this relationship and then just let the universe materialize it and orchestrate it in my life. So in my meditations, I started to visualize him and I as a couple, and how he told me that he loved me. I convinced myself that he really loved me, that he was so in love with me, and that we were a couple and that it was a done deal. I convinced myself that the universe had already decided to create this, and eventually in my mind I thought and felt that it is created now. And that was the only thought I was gonna accept. I built up the energy of our relationship. I could feel it. And early on in the process, I decided to fully and wholeheartedly immerse myself in my feelings for him, in my love for him, to feel my love for him fully without any fear of him not loving me back. Because I thought, no matter what happens, I can enjoy my feelings for him. They are mine, I own them, and they feel good, and no one can take them away from me. And if I don't need him to love me back, in order for me to enjoy these feelings I have for him, if my feelings for him is something that I can enjoy no matter what he does or doesn't do, then I'm free. So I spend a lot of time just focusing on loving him and appreciating my wonderful feelings for him. And my heart was open, and I was so happy. I wasn't in this state all of the time, but a lot of the time. In my 3D reality, he showed no romantic interest in me whatsoever. My emotions and my beliefs went up and down. It was like a roller coaster. I felt it so strongly, and then I dipped down and I had so much doubt. It wasn't easy, but I kept saying to myself, it's already done. It is already decided. The universe has already decided to manifest this, and it is already created. I got myself so convinced that after a while I could feel that it actually has to happen. Because I know it's gonna happen. So there is no other way. There is no other possibility. It has to happen because I know it's gonna happen. My knowing it's gonna happen makes it so that it has to happen. It's hard to explain, but it was a knowing that came from such a deep place within me. There was no doubt in that moment. I just knew. There's really no way to explain it. You have to experience this yourself. But anyway, I met him once a week. I talked to him, but I was just my normal self. I didn't show any romantic interest in him. After about maybe 6 to 7 classes, when we were talking after the class, he mentioned a band that he was gonna see and asked if I would join him and his friend. I did, and we had a nice time, but he showed no romantic interest in me. After 10 classes, my friend said, "But it's only 2 classes left. Shouldn't you do something now to make it happen?" And I said, "No, I don't have to do anything. It's already created. It's already mine. So why would I do something when it's already mine?" I was that convinced that that was my natural reaction. Since this was a long time ago, I think it was 19 years ago, so I don't remember that much of the meditations, but I do remember that I, in one meditation, got the vision of him and I sitting at a bench in a particular park in my town. It gave me such a good feeling that I started to visualize this in every meditation. It felt so good, and I was so happy. Then, one Friday, the week before the last class, my phone rang. Guess who it was? It was him. He said that he was gonna go out and see a band that evening and asked me if I wanted to join him. And of course I said yes. It wasn't a date. He told me that later when we talked about it. We were just gonna watch a band and hang out. So we went out, we saw the band. After the band, we went to another bar. And after that night, we were a couple. Once this happened, when it finally manifested, it all happened so fast. The day after, we bumped into one of his friends and introduced me as his girlfriend. And that night we were going out, and he stopped me in the middle of the street, grabbed my hands and said, "I know this might be too soon, but I just have to say this. I love you." I just smiled and said, "I love you too." And the weekend after that, he sent me a text saying, "Do you want to go out tonight? How about we go to that park?" And he mentioned the park that I had visualized us in. And I just said, "You have no idea how much I want to see you tonight in that park." So when you do the work, when you have, so to speak, baked the manifestation in the oven enough for as long as it takes before it manifests, then when it actually manifests, it is fully baked and you get the full result of what you've worked on. Yeah, so, and he really was a nice, kind guy. He was always too kind. Every time I didn't drink coffee back then, and every time he made coffee for himself, he asked me if I wanted coffee, and I said, no, you don't have to ask me every time if I want coffee. I don't drink coffee, so stop asking me. And he said, I can't. I have to ask you. I can't just make coffee for myself. So yeah, that was my story of how I manifested my boyfriend. I I just convinced myself. There was no stopping me. I was gonna manifest this. I was determined. I was tenacious, and I just went for it. So it took a few months, and it was pretty hard because I met him once a week, and when he showed no interest in me, but I didn't give up. So just if you have a specific person or a specific thing in mind that you want to manifest, just don't give up. And it is okay if it's hard, if it's not easy, if it's a roller coaster ride, up and down, left, right. It's okay. It's okay to feel doubt. And you can feel doubt the day before or the day it happens. You don't have to be in that convinced state all of the time. It's okay. It can happen anyway. So I hope this helped you in some way and was inspiring to you. Before I go, I want to mention that I have a self-study course called A New You, A New Destiny, which will help you transform yourself and your life from the inside out, from the ground up, by helping you change your energy, your subconscious programs, your beliefs, emotions, and your entire inner world, and help you move into the energy of the things and the life you want to manifest, to build up the energy of it by going into it in deep meditation every day. So if you're interested, check the description box below and you find more information there. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And have a beautiful, spectacular day. Bye.